Today our topic is how to make peace with impermanence. Life is like a river, always flowing, always changing. Nothing stays the same forever. People come and go, situations change, and even our own thoughts and feelings are never constant. This idea of impermanence can be scary. It can make us feel like we have no control, like we are being pulled by the current of life without any say in where we are going. But the truth is, impermanence is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. It is the very nature of life, and understanding it can bring us peace, strength, and freedom. Let's talk about how we can make peace with impermanence and use it to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. First, we need to understand what impermanence really means. Impermanence means that everything is temporary. The good moments, the bad moments, the things we love, the things we hate, they will all pass. This might sound sad at first, but it is also liberating. If everything is temporary, then no matter how hard things get, they will not last forever. The pain you feel today will not always be there. The problems you face will eventually change. Even the happiest moments will fade, but that is what makes them precious. When we accept that nothing lasts forever, we can stop clinging so tightly to the things we want to keep and stop resisting the things we want to avoid. We can learn to live in the present moment, appreciating what we have while we have it. One of the best ways to make peace with impermanence is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness means paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When we are mindful, we notice the changes happening around us and within us. We see how our thoughts come and go, how our emotions rise and fall, and how the world around us is always shifting. This awareness helps us to stop fighting against the flow of life. Instead of trying to hold on to things or push them away, we can simply observe them as they are. For example, if you are feeling sad, instead of trying to ignore the feeling or make it go away, you can notice it, accept it, and let it pass on its own. This does not mean you have to like the feeling, but you can stop resisting it. By doing this, you reduce your suffering and create space for peace. Another important step in making peace with impermanence is to let go of attachment. Attachment is when we hold on to something or someone so tightly that we cannot imagine life without them. It could be a relationship, a job, a possession, or even an idea about how things should be. Attachment often leads to suffering because it sets us up for disappointment. When we are attached, we expect things to stay the same, and when they change, we feel hurt or lost. But if we can learn to let go of attachment, we can find freedom. Letting go does not mean you stop caring. It means you care without clinging. You can love someone deeply without needing them to always be there. You can enjoy your job without depending on it for your happiness. You can appreciate your possessions without believing they define who you are. When you let go of attachment, you open yourself up to the flow of life, and you become more resilient in the face of change. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, has a lot to teach us about impermanence. The Stoics believed that the key to a good life is to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot control. They understood that most things in life are beyond our control, including other people's actions, the weather, and even our own bodies. But what we can control is our attitude and our response to these things. The Stoics practiced accepting the impermanence of life by reminding themselves that everything is temporary. They would often say, "This too shall pass," whether they were facing a difficult situation or enjoying a happy moment. By practicing this mindset, they were able to stay calm and grounded no matter what life threw at them. We can do the same. When we face challenges, we can remind ourselves that they are temporary. When we experience joy, we can appreciate it fully, knowing it will not last forever. This balance helps us to stay steady and centered in the face of life's ups and downs. Another way to make peace with impermanence is to focus on what truly matters. When we realize that everything is temporary, we start to see what is really important in life. It is not the material things or the external achievements, but the relationships we build, the love we share, and the impact we have on others. These are the things that give life meaning, and they are not dependent on external circumstances. Even if we lose our job or our possessions, we can still find joy in the connections we have with others. By focusing on what truly matters, we can live with purpose and gratitude, no matter what changes come our way. It is also helpful to practice gratitude. Gratitude means appreciating what we have right now, instead of always wanting more or fearing loss. When we practice gratitude, we train our minds to see the good in our lives, even in small things. This helps us to stay present and to enjoy the moment, rather than worrying about the future or regretting the past. Gratitude also helps us to accept impermanence, because it reminds us that even though things will change, we can still be thankful for what we have right now. For example, if you have a loved one in your life, instead of worrying about the day they might not be there, you can focus on appreciating the time you have with them now. This shift in perspective can bring a lot of peace and happiness. Finally, making peace with impermanence means embracing change as a natural part of life. Change can be scary, but it is also an opportunity for growth. Every ending is a new beginning, and every loss opens the door to something new. When we stop resisting change and start embracing it, we become more adaptable and open to new possibilities. We learn to see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as threats. This mindset helps us to navigate life's ups and downs with courage and resilience. In conclusion, impermanence is not something to fear or resist. It is the very essence of life. By practicing mindfulness, letting go of attachment, focusing on what truly matters, practicing gratitude, and embracing change, we can make peace with impermanence and live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Remember, life is like a river always flowing, always changing. Instead of trying to stop the flow, learn to swim with it. Appreciate the beauty of the journey, and trust that no matter what happens, you have the strength to keep moving forward. This is the key to finding peace, joy, and freedom in an ever-changing world.